Hey, what's going on there, YouTube?
YouTubers, what's up? What's going on, everybody?
This is SCL0320,
This is Joe Johnson.
and we make up JBS. It's soon to be the channel name because we're really close to being at 3,000 subscribers. But this is not. This is not even what we're talking about. Joe finally just watched what I reacted to earlier today, because I reacted, but I didn't give a review. I didn't talk about it. I was just flipping out. I was geeking out. I was spending a whole hour and a half waiting for the panel to get through, just looking through live blogs and like written readings, and which I'm actually still doing the edits for. It's gonna take me a while to do the edits and finish that up. But this is our full review of the actual trailer and what we took away from it. Pros and cons. You know, I don't see any cons. And we're gonna give our full thought process on this amazing extended trailer that everybody in Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, got to see, which I still can't believe that. And after this review, we've got another surprise review of something that was showed during the Warner Bros. Premiere that we have exclusively, that we have not watched the trailer for. We're gonna do a review for that as well, which I can't mention what that is until later on. But, so Joe, you just watched it.
Yep. Sure.
What are your impressions?
What are you talking about?
What are your impressions of this
What are my
joint?
impressions?
Everybody saw me flip out.
Man. That's a terrible question.
No, it ain't.
My impressions. Oh man, the trailer is crazy, man. I was amazed. I didn't know, how Ben Affleck was. So I seen the pictures, but I haven't seen Ben Affleck as Batman. I'm just like, I don't know how this is gonna be.
Yeah.
And Ben, you did your thing, Ben. Like, Ben, you doing your thing, man. Props. Like, the guy is, I was like, wow, he really looks like Bruce Wayne. And I mean, I've never seen him look that way in all of his movies, even his expressions that was captured in the trailer. Like that one part where like he was like hugging that girl, like keeping her safe, man, embracing her, man. I was just like, what the crap, man? That's Bruce Wayne right there. Like, I didn't see him as Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
At that point, and that's so hard to do.
Yes, it is.
It's with such an iconic actor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just not see him as Ben Affleck, but see him as Bruce Wayne. That's hard, and I think they're gonna nail it just by that.
You're geeking right now.
I'm not geeking.
You're
now,
geeking
man.
right now.
No, I'm not.
I'm looking at your screen. You're geeking. All right. So this is what I'll
I'm
say.
not geeking.
Off of what he
never
just said and pertains to Ben Affleck, I will say this. I talked to my mom. My mom looked at the trailer. She was like, "Man, this is amazing."
Yeah, mom's looking at the trailer. But
And when she was looking at it, I had told her ahead of time before she looked at the trailer that I feel sorry because what's going on with his relationship with his wife, and they're getting a divorce and all this kind of stuff. But I was thinking about the undertaking that this man is taking. He's not only going to be directing, co-writing, and starring in a solo Batman film. He's going to be starring in Suicide Squad. He's going to be starring in Justice League. He's got the look down. He's got the physicality down. But when you look at Ben Affleck now in any interview and wherever he's at, he doesn't have that goofy smile anymore. He doesn't have that like feeling that like, man, he's just kind of this chillax kind of guy. He looks like he is straight in method character. He looks like he's got the weight of the world like Bruce Wayne and Batman really would. And to me, that's the art of a real person that goes truly method. I know that Heath Ledger's done it before. I know that Johnny Depp has done that before. But I feel as though for the first time we're getting a superhero instead of a supervillain that's actually taking up the full embodiment of what it feels like. I think that Henry Cavill does a good job with that with Superman, but Superman is an agent of light. Batman is an agent of darkness. And you can feel it off of every single page you see him on, every single cartoon. You can tell that Bruce Wayne is Batman. But then when he's Batman, you can tell that no one needs to be messing with this man because he will not stop. And that is what Ben Affleck is nailing. He is nailing it. And one of the other things that I was thinking about, looking at the footage of him running, and when he was running to into the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like when he was witnessing Zod and Superman fight in Man of Steel, I was like, wow, this is jacked up. But more than anything, he ran into like basically the fire. Like all the buildings were crumbling down. He ran into that. He could have been hit by anything. And so that in and of itself is like, it's iconic. But then when I think about him with the little girl, I think about the fact that Bruce Wayne, one of the things that he hates and he will never do is take a life, because he knows what it feels like to have someone ripped away from him. So on his building that was destroyed, his satellite that was destroyed on that same exact day, because of this fight of this alien, this form, regardless of him trying to protect, there were casualties everywhere. And he witnessed this little girl that might have lost her parents, just like he lost his parents. That would have had to strike a chord within him emotionally. And at the same exact time, if he's already lost what looks to be one of the Robins, which I'm assuming that's probably Jason Todd, not Tim Drake. I doubt that's Dick Grayson. I think Dick Grayson's probably alive. He's Nightwing somewhere. I think it's probably Jason Todd. Only because it's got writing on it. Only because it got yellow writing on it, and it was like you couldn't protect your family. And then even looking at the paper that he had that said like the destruction of your building of Gotham, a Wayne Corp building, he's like, you let them die. You let another member of your family die, or something like that, something along those lines. So I know that the Joker is preying upon his mind, but is it really the Joker or if it's Lex Luthor? We have no idea. We have no freaking clue. It could be Lex just using Bruce to go and get at Superman. I'm just saying that small amount of scene where Ben Affleck is in this trailer shows volumes about how much he's dedicated to this character. And like you said, it's super hard, but then the story has to be right for it to be shown through the right way either way. And so I'm looking at this and I'm like, this man lost his parents, and he is the greatest detective and the greatest tactician in the world. So for him to take and say, we have to destroy him because this man could literally eradicate the world, that is like, until you hear it, it's like, it's a whole different thing. It's like on paper, on a cartoon, that's one thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have a little bit of history, they're cool. These ninjas ain't never met before. And they are beefing. They are beefing hardcore. I'm sorry, I'm freaking out. Anyway, I thought that was awesome. Anything else you saw that you wanted to bring up? Like, what did you think about, I guess, some of the characters that kind of came out of this one? You looking at me like that, man? I'm sorry, I'm kicking. Dang.
Oh, no, you good.
It's worse. You should have seen the reaction.
Man, Alfred, dude.
Jeffrey Irons, Scar.
Yeah, man.
Runaway Scar, never
like,
return.
Bruh, I was like, I thought that was Commissioner Gordon. I was like, this dude's real. He's talking to Bruce Wayne like that. I was like, yo, this guy's real. But it's like, oh, it's Sam. Yo, that's Commissioner Gordon. He's like, nah, bro, that's Alfred. I was like, what? I was like, that's Alfred, son? I was like, wow. But yeah, and he was talking about, like, they did like kind of like two different shots of Superman at the office, at the reporting office, is that his boss telling him, like, you don't report on Batman and declare what's right or what's wrong or something like that. And then you have Alfred on the back end talking to Bruce. To Bruce, like, he's like, what did he say? He said, like, first comes like the anger, then the frustration, and then that brings out the what is it? The cruelty and like the good or something like that. Yeah. So initially, like, bro, like this opposition between the two of them is gonna bring out the worst in them.
Yeah, because their morals are being compromised just from them coexisting in the same world. Like, all real talk, like, Bruce was like, and he was talking to Alfred, I assume, he's like, look around the past 20 years, how many heroes are still around here that are still alive? And then how many are still good? I was like, dang, that's a statement. Because, I mean, he could be talking about literally other heroes, or he could be talking about people like, I guess, Harvey Dent, or he could be talking about like some other heroes that have died as a casualty to certain circumstances that's been happening. And even in that, he's like, look, I don't give a care if I'm compromising this. This will end, and that's how Batman is. Like real talk. Like at the end of the day, if case in point, what was it? Batman and Superman Apocalypse. When Batman went up to Apocalypse, and he was like, look, I've got all your bombs, and I've got him armed. And he was like, so you would be at first hand eradicating the whole entire planet just to save XYZ. He's like, yeah. And he called his bluff. Bitch, that's because that's how Batman is. He don't give a flip if he dies. He's just gonna get the job done. And if he ever gets to that point, man, Batman is dangerous. But one of the things that always brings him back is something that is connected to light. And I think that having Wonder Woman in it, I think that Diana Lance, her being there, coming from the Amazons, she's there because she saw what Superman did. Not necessarily the lives that were lost. I think she's there to try to observe him and at the same exact time try to represent him. And I think that because I saw a scene where they were kind of like together and dancing and they kind of had this coordinated kind of talk and stuff like that. And even like her on the battlefield, I feel like she's going to be the thing that's going to motivate Batman to kind of shun away from like looking at it from his perspective as far as a whole. Like how can they really truly protect the world? They're going to have to work together. But at this moment, he only sees him as a threat. And like, I can't believe that Superman got bucked and literally used some laser beams at him. Like that was straight out of the comic books. Like I think that Lex was saying something. And all of a sudden it transferred to the scene like Wonder Woman getting kicked back like this and then Superman going at full-fledged with his laser beams at Batman. I thought it was like at a creature or something like that, but it was at Batman. And Batman dodged out of the way and grappled away. And I was like, these are some iconic eye candy scenes. Like so many different scenes that were picked from different versions of comics that like, this is history in the making. This is beautiful history in the making. So I guess cinematography wise, like it's probably one of the best that I've ever seen. What are the cons? We've talked about a lot of pros, but you see any cons?
Yeah, man. I see some cons. I don't know if I could take, at this point, just by seeing them, I don't know if I could take Lex seriously. Like I do, just based off of his rap sheet.
Mm-hmm.
And like the mythos behind his character.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know he is, you know, anti-Superman, like if there is such a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying?
Did you like the Gene Hackman Lex Luthor? The old, like the original, like Christopher Reeve, Gene Hackman. Did you like that Lex Luthor?
He was okay. He was okay.
Cause to me, I feel like he's trying to tap into that. Like, especially like having a wig. That's not his hair. You can tell that's not his hair. But for him to kind of put up this nice guy act and quoting certain scriptures and like trying to sway people in this certain kind of way, I feel like everything about him is super fake. And I feel like we're gonna see literally his claws come out. Even when like Superman was bending on one knee and he was kind of like using his hand like behind Superman and Superman looked at him like it was like, man, you about to touch me, did you? You about to get bucked? But he looked like he was stuck there. So that means that either one, he's using kryptonite, or two, he's blackmailing him. I feel inclined that he's gonna blackmail Batman. I mean, he's gonna blackmail Superman. And he's gonna try to sway Batman into attacking, so they can destroy each other. Only reason why I say that is because he was like, the red capes are coming, the red capes are coming. To me, this is all about war. He wants to eradicate not only Superman, because he definitely sees him as a threat, but he wants to try to take Batman out in a fell swoop. And I think that when it gets to that point, we're gonna see the real Lex come out. Because looking at that picture and looking at how he presents himself in this trailer, those are two opposite things. And he's trying to hide that part of himself. He's trying to hide that part of himself. So I reserve judgment only because of that. And at the same exact time, I really did appreciate the old Gene Hackman version. Like, he's funny, goofy, weird, and like I said, when he had his toupee on or whatever, he was one way, but then after that, he was like, look, I'm Lex Luthor, I run this, you know? So, we'll see. Same thing for me, I guess con would be, I don't know, I actually like Wonder Woman. I'm trying to think of a con. I wanted to know what they're gonna do with Zod's body. Because if he has Zod's body, then that means he has Zod's DNA. If he has Zod's DNA, he is going to tamper with that DNA. We could honestly have, y'all, in real talk, a doomsday in the making. He could take Zod's body and take his brain out and augment a reforged body just to try to take out Superman if he feels threatened enough. He would do that. I know Lex would do that. And he has the resources to do that. We could have a doomsday in the making with just that body being shown, period. Because that body is not going to be used to siphon out kryptonite. That body is not going to be used to be able to taunt like Superman, like, all right, I got this body, I'm going to do X or Z with it if you don't do this. He's not going to care about that. Because else he would have picked it up himself and brought it back. So I feel like that body being shown like that, they're going to do something with it. Unless they bring like Zod back and clone him or something like that, maybe they might try to clone him and something happens. And the last memory that the clone has is of Superman breaking his neck. And he just has this desire to kill Superman. And then from that point, his body starts to mutate because it's unstable in the environment. And he becomes Doomsday. Bruh, I would geek out. Like, real talk. Because it's not, this movie is not, I promise y'all, this movie is not going to be Batman or Superman as the villain. Even, I don't care what these trailers try to present to y'all, they are not going to be the villain. There's something else there that's going to be a threat to both of them. Or else they would not bring up Aquaman, or else they would not bring up Wonder Woman to be there in costume. You understand what I'm saying? Like, she's not going to be just going there to fight Superman. And she, I daggone well, ain't going to be just fighting Batman. I think that they're going to be really having to fight something. Else there wouldn't be the name Dawn of Justice, in my opinion. And I don't know how we segue from a con to that. Anyway, but yeah. Any other thoughts?
Okay, so this trailer and the things that they presented thus far, I'm thinking they're gonna have to go Lord of the Rings, Frodo Baggins on our viewers. Like, you know, I'm thinking they're gonna have to go 4 hours, maybe at least 3, a 3-hour film. Like, cause they touched on a lot of different things. They touched on Bruce Wayne, his parents being murdered, Jason Todd. They touched on if that is Jason Todd's costume. They touched on Kryptonite,
which Lex was in front of.
You know, they brought in Wonder Woman, so we're gonna want to know what's up with Wonder Woman, why and how she's there. You know, Zod's body, what's going on with that guy.
So you saying it's gonna have to be at least 3 hours long?
I think it's gonna have to at least be 3 hours long. You know what I'm saying?
And see, that's the problem. Like, I don't know what the cut is, because they've already done with the movie. So basically all it's gonna be now is the chop shot. You know what I'm saying? They might keep it and condense it down to 2 hours and a half, but I really don't want them to. Like, I want it to just be
that's
all
what I'm
out
saying too.
Gate.
You know, cause this movie is like the apex of the comic book era.
Oh well, the good news is
Like,
though.
This is a very iconic. This is a staple in just film and like comic books. Period. You know what I'm saying? So I think they'll at least have to go 3 hours.
But the director's cut. Okay, think about this. This is Zack Snyder that directed Watchmen, which was epic. He made his director's cut. He kept it. Okay. What if they do make a director's cut for this and they keep it and they re-release it later on and they have a theatrical release that's maybe like 2 hours and a half, but the actual footage and actual movie is runtime about 3 hours and 10 minutes. and they get to release it out. I would be okay with that because I think that if any other director would do that, it'd be him. Beyond Bryan Singer or whoever else, he would want everybody to see the full-fledged version. I think that even as Ben Affleck being a director, he'd want the same exact thing. So maybe we might get a director's cut.
Maybe.
I don't know.
We'll see what happens, man. But
yeah.
This is. Yeah.
So this was our full review of the brand new Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice trailer from Comic-Con San Diego 2015. Hopefully y'all enjoyed our like full-fledged review, like instead of like us freaking out, like we went in on pretty good points, I guess. Leave your comments in the comment section below what y'all thought about the trailer. If you already seen the trailer, please let me know. I'll leave the trailer in the description bar below, so definitely check that out. And yeah, leave a like if you like this. Yeah.
I can't wait to watch it, man.
Oh, bruh. We get an ad a week ahead of time, my dog. A week ahead of time.
I'm gonna be up in the week ahead of time movie. A week ahead of time, bruh. So I get a good seat.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm gonna bring my popcorn. And I'm gonna bring a hot tub of water for me so I can soak my feet while I'm watching the movie.
We gotta bring kettle corn, my dude.
Kettle corn.
Some flipping Butterfingers up in that beach. Alright, so YouTube, we out. This is JVS. Y'all have a blessed evening, blessed night, blessed day. Wait for the next trailer reaction we're about to do right now. Peace. Grease. Middle East.
We wearing the same clothes.
Really?
We wear